Welcome back to talknorth.com. Thank you for listening. If you can, please download before you listen. It helps our business. I'd also like to thank our producer, Brandon Morton, and let you know if you'd like to sponsor this program or any of the programs on the network, you can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com. talknorth.com is powered by Bite Squad. Go to bitesquad.com or download their app. Get food to your door in minutes. Use the promo code TALKNORTH to get your first delivery free. Talk North gets you your first delivery free.
Over.
What is this? That was awesome.
I don't want to hear chewing on there. Is that the beginning? That's the beginning of the show.
That was very dramatic. That was awesome. Whatever you just did was
I didn't
really
want to
cool.
make you get off your stool. You look so comfortable.
We're off to our usual highly organized awkward start of the Russo-Souhan Show. Thanks everybody who came out to Delano's Pizza in Minneapolis, downtown, right on 4th Street, 118 North 4th Street, very close to Target Center, very close to Ramp C. Thanks to everybody who came out. Thanks to everybody who's listened to the program, made it a success over the years we've been doing it now. So, Michael, you're a New York guy. I spent the last 2 weekends in New York, saw Hamilton, saw Springsteen on Broadway, even went to see Mike Birbiglia to a one-man show.
I'm watching Ben cut his
he doesn't
spaghetti
even listen.
down there.
He doesn't even pretend to listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah. He just cut his spaghetti like it was steak. I don't know. It reminded me of that Seinfeld episode when the guy ate his Snickers with his fork and knife. You're supposed to wrap it around the fork.
I think we just came up with a new revenue stream. I think we should fine people who come to our shows and do things like cut the spaghetti with a knife.
Yeah.
I think there should be a fine system.
My goal is just to constantly just single people out and make them feel awkward like we did to Mary that one time.
Well, it worked well because Mary has not been back since, so good work.
It was I was absolutely transfixed. I'm like, holy moly, he's just going to town on that spaghetti. Just seemed, yeah.
So the fact that I saw Hamilton on Broadway.
I think we talked about last time.
Yeah, but I saw Springsteen on Broadway this weekend. You're just not impressed at all.
No,
it's
it
too
was
worldly.
Wow. Springsteen on Broadway?
Yeah.
Oh. That's hard to get into, too.
It is hard to get into.
It's like you need to buy it.
We got into a lottery, and we were able to get tickets that way.
We were in New York last season, and we tried to go on it. We couldn't. And that was disappointing.
Are you going to be distracted all show?
Yeah.
Are you going to pay attention to anything we talk about?
Yeah. I feel really awkward. My mic was on the wrong side. I'm now in the middle instead of the right side. I didn't come with a coffee. I spent all afternoon at a Starbucks, so that's a gigantic sub.
Oh my God!
Holy mackerel, Rhino!
He cannot concentrate. but he's an excellent driver. He's an excellent driver.
Yeah. So anyway. Everybody here is friends. We know everybody's name. That's the cool part. The Connors are here.
And apparently none of them can eat their food to your satisfaction.
I haven't heard Sue laugh yet, so I got to try to make her.
Maybe say something funny. Maybe that's the right way to go.
So all right.
Oh, now he's got a text.
What's going on?
You're a dog in a park with
Wilder
squirrels.
Red Hot have won 6 of 7. How about that?
Okay, we will talk hockey. Let me go ahead and introduce. We're at Delano's Pizza, downtown Minneapolis. Thanks to Delano's for hosting the show. Delano's does its own delivery in a very wide arc in the Twin Cities. You can call them at 612-767-9494. For this location, they also have a Woodbury location. Go to delanospizza.com. They have lunch specials. They have happy hours. Million big screen TVs, great place to hang out as we are doing right now. They've bubble hockey jukeboxes. Also, Michael, as we've grown, we've added a lot of sponsors. I want to go back and thank one of our original long-running sponsors, Scott Dayton, Twill in the Edina Galleria. We're going to get out there and do a show from there soon. They're doing a trunk show this weekend. out there. I know, I bought a lot of clothes out there. I wear them around town. They're the most comfortable clothes I own. So kind of want to give a special thank you to Twill, and we'll tell you, and our other sponsors, Delano's Pizza, WizKids.tech, The Athletic, BiteSquad.com, FixologyRepair.com, John Hedges here as usual, and Tony Hoagland, your State Farm agent in Champlain. All right, now tell me why Anthony LaPanta was right about this team and you were wrong about this team.
He was right for now. That could very easily change. We've seen this team before. But they're just playing, hard hockey. Yeah, I thought there were a lot of impressive things about their win in Edmonton the other night, but the most impressed I was Eric Stahl's game. Most times, second of a back-to-backs, he looks really tired and things like that. He was so much better in Game 2 than he was in Game 1 of that trip. And he was awesome that game, and I think he really led the way. And then they get some big goals, obviously, from Parisi and Granlund and Spurgeon as well. Granlund really made Granlund. I always say about this team is that they seem to always lack that one player that could score the big goal, even when a lot of people are playing like crap. And this is a couple times now where Granlund hasn't been very good in a game, but then all of a sudden just shows up with a huge moment, and that was that perfect thing. And you want to see him do more of that. He's got such a great shot, and he proved it there. How many times has he roofed things at the craziest angle? His previous goal before that, he did the same thing as well on the Niederreiter rebound. The other good sign about that game, really the last two games, is that Niederreiter's playing better. He still obviously hasn't scored. It's now 25 straight games that he hasn't scored since last March. But I thought he was the one guy that pretty much consistently in Edmonton was going from start of the game to the end. Had a couple of assists, drew the penalty on the last goal, and again, you just kind of waiting for him to eventually light up.
Should he shoot more?
Yeah, I mean, he should definitely shoot more, but a lot of it's it comes down to him getting to spots where he can shoot. But you know what? He's been robbed a lot lately. He was robbed a couple times that game. He was robbed 3 or 4 times in Vancouver. And he is the type of guy, he just needs it to come once. Bruce tried to get him the empty net goal the other night. It obviously didn't come into fruition. But yeah, I mean, he needs to shoot. But a lot of it is, to me, him not shooting a lot of times is emblematic of him not having the legs. He has to get to spots on the ice where he can shoot, and he'll be a better player.
You can find all the shows at talknorth.com. Thanks to our producer, Brandon Morton. Please download before you listen if you can. Subscribe at iTunes, your favorite podcast app, if you'd like to sponsor any of the shows across the podcast network, including Cheryl Reeve, John Millay, Jeff Diamond, John Krasinski. You can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com. Where is Nino headed? He's kind of the mystery on the team.
I hope he's still
now
on the team next summer because I'm going to Switzerland, and I want to end the trip by not coming home with the rest of the group and actually go and hang out with him and do. How cool would it be to hang out with Nino in Switzerland and do a big story? But yeah, I mean, I've got to think that I don't think there's any doubt that Paul Fenton will try to move him at some point if he's not trying right now. I mean, at 4 years left at 5.25, this is a concern, but everybody else sees the stats, so. Where's he headed? Could be eventually off this team, but it's hard to move him right now.
And why is this team winning? Is there a hidden reason?
Well, I mean, they continue to get great goaltending. I think their blue line, for the most part, has been good. That was such a Minnesota Wild win the other night. Suter and Dumba, just bad. A couple guys, just Koivu and Granlund, just bad. But their third and fourth lines continue to play well. And the other thing is, I ran into... I'll be a little vague, but I met somebody on the plane coming back from Edmonton yesterday who is friends with a Edmonton Oilers player who shall remain nameless. And we were walking off the plane together, and he told me that he was talking to him after the game, and the player told him that the Wild were the hardest team that they had played all year at around the net. I think he meant both offensively and defensively. And that is one area. I mean, the Wild the other thing is work ethic. I mean, even in Vancouver, they were working their butt off. This team, that is the one staple to them, is that they usually work darn hard and do stuff to slow you down. But again, great goaltending. I mean, how many times, again, he gave up 3 goals, but how many times did Stalock make a huge save that game? And we could say that they're generous with their shots and stuff like that in Edmonton, and the chances were a lot closer than maybe the shots led. But look, he stopped breakaway goals. And then they do get big moments late in games. I mean, as bad as Dumba was the other night, who makes the big block shot on empty net goal for Milan Lucic? So things like that. And then they just continue to get really quality play from, again, I thought Parisi was really good the other night. I thought he was pretty good in Vancouver, even though he didn't have a shot. Zucker is fighting it right now, getting goals, but the other night he was getting tons of chances. And again, their fourth line has been pretty good. They just need to cut down the penalties. A lot of that, I think, has to do with skating. They always seem to be behind the play a lot of times, and that leads to when you don't have the speed, you a lot of times take obstruction penalties like they did the other night. But we'll see. I'll be interested to see. I mean, they sent Matt Reed down. That is a sign that obviously Matt Hendricks is getting close. They've won 6 of 7 without Hendricks. So I'll be interested in to see. Like, it's clear that JT Brown's going to be the guy that's taken out of the lineup when Hendricks is ready. But you do have to wonder if Bruce needs to look at the fact that they've won 6 out of 7 without Hendricks and maybe either get somebody else up from the minors or not play him.
We do have a mic down by Brandon. Feel free to come up anytime during the show, ask live questions, and I think we'll find out some reward system if you can really annoy Michael.
We have a Negative Dave shirt here.
We have a Negative Dave shirt we're going to give away.
Is anybody his name here, Dave? Anybody? Well, there you go. It's yours.
Why do you have a Negative Dave shirt?
I have no clue. I was cleaning out. I could promise you I've never worn it. It was like crumpled up in my dresser, and you can see how you're going to need to put an iron to it. I think that'd be really cool. Was you wearing a Negative Dave, even though you seem pretty optimistic.
It could be ironic.
So it's yours. I'm going to have to Venmo you the penny I've promised all week because I didn't bring a penny. So the joke was that you have to pay somebody a penny to take the shirt.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah,
it was great.
So I'm going to have to sick Negative Dave on you. You've probably blocked Negative Dave by now.
I'm sure I blocked him years ago, no question about it. So we do have a live mic. I do want to thank Delano's Pizza again. Open very late, great lunch specials. They're also open very late. Full bar. I always order a pizza when I'm over here. And if you have my dietary restrictions, it's really nice to have a place that has really good gluten-free pizza, really thin crust. It's awesome stuff. And let's thank Scott Dayton, Twill in the Edina Galleria, twillmn.com, Twill on Instagram.
Jim usually doesn't like to shop for clothes. I don't like it when he shops for clothes either, because he used to buy stuff I'd want to throw out. That's why I'm so glad he's found Twill in the Edina Galleria. He likes shopping there because of the comfortable environment and the friendly staff. He finds clothes that actually fit him properly and are high-quality brands that will look great for years, whether he's golfing or working. Our favorites so far are Peter Millar, Johnny O, and Barber. We spend our money at Twill because we love the clothes and we love the no-pressure shopping. Drop by Twill in the Edina Galleria for the best shopping experience and best clothes you'll find in the Twin Cities.
That pizza really does look very good.
It's awesome. It's become my favorite pizza, and it's funny. I was talking with my wife about it. It's not the deep dish Chicago style. It's not kind of the sloppy New York style. It's a Midwestern kind of thinner crust. I don't know. I love it. We eat it all the time now. What changes do you see in the offing for this team? Are there any roster moves coming?
I do think that Paul is trying to make a move. The question is what happens. I mean, I know that he's paying attention to this whole Nylander situation. He talked to Kyle Dubas for 15 minutes right in front of all of us last game here. The home game that Kyle scouted against Los Angeles. And I think he's paying attention to that. The question is, what's he willing to give up? I mean, the one thing when I look at the Toronto roster that they need is a right shot D, and that's Spurgeon and Dumba. I mean, is he willing to trade Dumba? Is Toronto interested in somebody like Spurgeon, who's turning 30 when his deal's done in 2 years and already makes $5,187? So, I just don't know when you have teams at Carolina that need him, the LA that's desperate. I just don't know if the Wild at the end of the day will have the wherewithal to be able to make a move like that. And again, you got to sign the guy. I mean, is he worth $8 million? If he's not worth $8 million, Toronto would have signed him by now. So it's just, I'm having trouble seeing the fit right now, but I do think that Paul wants to make a big move by. It wouldn't shock me even by the end of the month. I mean, I just have this feeling, but I do think that he's even a little shocked at this team finding ways to win. But that's what this team does. The question is, do you get? I don't want to use the word fooled, but I will. Do you get fooled by it when they don't ever at least show that they can do this in the playoffs? I mean.